La motherfuckers. Okay, one long ass week, G. My week is long, bro. Alright, what am I talking about today? The only thing that's been on my mind right now is investing. That's it. That's the only thing that's been on my mind right now, is investing my money and creating a hedge against inflation, because economists are worried about future inflation rates due to the Feds printing so much money. So the only thing I've been thinking about is how the hell can I create a hedge against inflation? A while back, a couple years ago, I came across this guy named Mike Mahoney, who talked about gold, silver. Not that I'm not. The reason why I'm bringing up gold and silver is because in 1971, President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard, right? And it changed history. It changed our monetary system forever. So now our dollar is considered fiat currency, which means it's backed by no tangible source, and it only has value when people have faith in the dollar. And in monetary history, you know, in every fiat currency that has ever lived in monetary history has always crashed. Now, the Feds don't want that. But what I'm saying to you is, you guys gotta find gold, silver, and there's a website you can go to. There's a website you can go to find it, by Mike Mahoney, and crypto. Crypto is the digital gold. That's really what it is. It's literally digital gold. The bad reports that we're getting about Bitcoin is from people trying to trade. They're trying to trade crypto with margin and leverage, and that's extremely risky because the market in crypto right now is extremely volatile. It's going up and down because it's been out for about 12 years, but it's people have mixed emotions. They're wishy-washy about it, and you can see it in the market. So and people are trying to trade that volatility because you can make a lot of profits in a short amount of time, but that's extremely risky. And that is what you're hearing about in the media. And you're also hearing people getting their crypto stolen from because they're not properly securing their wallets. That is the bad reports you are hearing. But cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a digital gold asset. It has a limit, unlike our dollar, which you can print as much as you want. And the supply, we've printed about 40% of our supply within the last within the last year. You can look that up, which is not a good thing. So that's going to spike inflation, and economists are scared. And if you want to beat this inflation, because it's going to come, they have been saying it for a while. Everything is getting expensive. All the prices are going up. You cannot avoid it. This is inevitable. And they're saying this in the media. They're saying this in Forbes and Insider. So I say, you find gold, and that's not going to be easy, especially not tangible gold. Silver, you can order that stuff online, or you can just download an app called Coinbase, which allows you to buy crypto. It allows you to buy crypto, which is a digital asset. It's a digital gold. It's literally digital gold. It's like we are in the gold mine right now, and they are literally mining this shit. Like this is with computers, because it's all digital. It's a crazy asset. I've studied it a lot, and the risk is in trading it. You make the most money. You make your money in buying and holding crypto and Bitcoin. That's how you make your money for the long term, like you would do gold. It's the same thing. And the only reason why you're putting your money into crypto is so that you can fight the to hedge against. So it's a hedge against inflation. That's the only thing I've been thinking about. But crypto and gold and silver, you know, are in a commodity, or in a investment class or asset class called commodities. That's what the IRS considers Bitcoin and gold and silver. They're all commodities. And of course, you want to diversify. You want to diversify your investment portfolio, because the only way you're going to create wealth, you're not going to create wealth by saving. And that has been proven in history. You have to invest your money so that it compounds over time, so that it's compounding. That's how you build wealth, through investing your money in commodities, stocks, ETFs, CDs, real estate. You don't need to own the property anymore to invest into real estate. There's an app called Fundrise. Oh my God. There's an app called Fundrise. You need a minimum of $500 to start investing into real estate. They're making it so easy for us. There's really no excuse. There really is no excuse. And because of what's about to happen with inflation, like it's really important we do it. So that we got a hedge against inflation. For crypto, I told you Coinbase. You go to goldsilver.com. Now, the only way you can buy gold and silver and get it sent to your house, there's a certain amount of money. You gotta spend about $1,500, I believe, to get gold and silver sent to your house. But I've been searching for it all over the city, and you can't find any tangible gold and silver. So the only thing you can do is order it offline. And it's just a hedge against inflation. You're not trying to get rich. You are trying to preserve your wealth with these assets in this investment class. That's what that is. That's what crypto is. And that's what silver and gold is. You're maintaining, because if everybody loses faith in the dollar, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You'll lose your entire wealth. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's happening, but it has happened in history with fiat currency. That's what I'm saying. And it's something called hyperinflation, where inflation got so bad and they printed so much money, you needed like $1,000 to get a bag of chips. Like, that's how crazy it got. Look, if you look that shit up, you will see. And if you look up monetary history, fiat currency, and some of the shit that took place, I am not bullshitting you here, people. This has happened, and our dollar is considered fiat because they took the dollar off the gold standard. It's not backed by anything tangible, which means they can print as much as they want. And that's what your stimulus checks are coming from, and everybody's so happy. Y'all not gonna be happy when you gotta pay $10 for a bag of chips. Then y'all gonna be blaming the government. Sorry, the feds. Like, why did y'all allow this bullshit? Not saying that's gonna happen, because the feds don't want that. But that's what I'm saying. That's what took place in monetary history. That's all I'm saying. And if you're aware of this, because I'm aware of what's about to take place, you have got to find ways to preserve your wealth. And if you're investing into crypto for the long run, Bitcoin for the long run, because there are cryptocurrencies that give you higher APY than the banks do with the dollar. That's a fact. That's a fact. You want to check how much interest you're getting at the bank? It's like 0.01. Motherfucker. No cap. Look at your APY. So crypto has assets that allows you to get like 5% APY, 4.63% APY, 4% APY. Okay, you're not trying to get rich quick. You're trying to preserve your wealth. And if you hold these assets, you're preserving your wealth, and you're simultaneously you're just simultaneously generating wealth, because your money is working for itself, because it's compounding because of the APY in crypto. Why is this so significant? Because gold cannot do that. Gold cannot sit still on its own in your wallet and compound itself. But crypto can, because it's digital. Do you see the significance in this shit? Like, nobody has clicked. It's not clicking in motherfuckers' heads yet that this is the future. And it's not about, and listen, there is a blockchain there's a blockchain, and it's slow when a lot of people are on it. So they're going to have to come up with a new cryptocurrency that's backed by Bitcoin, like they would do the dollar with gold, to allow this shit to work. But Bitcoin is the future. We may not be using that as our means of exchange because it's not as easy. But they may create a currency that's similar to like a dollar bill, but it's a digital dollar that allows you, and it's backed by Bitcoin, that allows you, you know. All right, listen. I'm telling you, Bitcoin is not to get rich quick. It's just a hedge against inflation, like gold. Because the IRS considers Bitcoin a commodity, just like gold and silver. It's no different. It's just digital. That's a fact. That's a fact. Believe what you want. That's what the IRS calls it. Because that's what it is. They consider it a commodity, just like gold and silver. It's digital gold. That's a fact. But the only thing between cryptocurrencies and gold and silver is that you cannot sit gold in your wallet or in a bank and it compounds interest on its own. But you can do that with cryptocurrency because it's digital. And that's the major difference. You can build wealth and preserve your wealth simultaneously with crypto. If you're not trading it with the marginal leverage like some of these idiots are, because the market is volatile, but you could possibly make a lot of money in a short amount of time, but just as fast as you make it, you can lose it. That is not safe. But if you buy and hold, because in 2020, Bitcoin was the highest asset. It was the best asset in 2020. That's a fact. Go look it up, motherfucker. It was the highest asset that made the most money in 2020. That's a fact, nigga. You can look that shit up. Believe what you want. And I'm not telling you to buy it to get rich quick. I'm not telling you to buy it to trade with marginal leverage because the market is too volatile. That's stupid. I'm telling you to buy it because it's digital gold, because the IRS considers it a commodity just like gold and silver. And you use gold and silver to preserve your wealth. And it's a hedge against inflation. You're doing the same exact thing with Bitcoin because it's digital gold, because the IRS considers it a commodity just like gold. But the only thing about Bitcoin and crypto is that you can compound. It compounds itself simultaneously as you're preserving your wealth. You cannot sit gold in a bank or in a wallet and it compounds itself. You can do this with crypto. Crypto has currencies that gives you back interest, APY, annual percentage yield. They give you back APY interest for letting your crypto sit in their exchange, in their bank. So it's going to multiply. Make sure you get yourself a ledger. Nano Ledger X. I'm getting mine. That's the safest way to secure your crypto, and you will not get hacked, and your shit will not get stolen as long as you know the PIN. People are getting their cryptocurrency stolen because they want to flex, and people are getting their pins, and they're hacking. That's the only way. And when I first researched it, that's how they said it. The only way people can take it is if people have your pin. You got to protect your pin. You got to protect your ledger, because that's the safest wallet. And if you're not trading with a margin, it is not risky. It's not a risky asset. They're only sharing you the bullshit so that you stay away from it. That's it. They're sharing you the bullshit so that you stay away from it. Okay? But the second people understand that this is the future, it's digital gold, because the IRS considers it a commodity. But the only thing about crypto that's different from gold is that it can compound on itself. Gold cannot compound itself and multiply itself. Crypto can, because it's digital. That's the only difference. And if you're not trading with a marginal leverage, because it's risky, because the market is too volatile, because people are wishy-washy about it, and you can see it in the market. But people can make a quick buck really quickly, but just as fast as you make it, you can lose it. It's not like Forex. Forex is the foreign exchange market, which is a lot more stable. But with that, it requires a lot of practice, research, and dedication to be a consistently profitable trader in Forex. You cannot be a consistently profitable trader with Bitcoin right now because it's too volatile. You cannot. So I'm not telling you to trade, and I'm not telling you, I'm not telling you to trade it. I'm telling you to hold it. So that you can preserve your wealth because it's digital gold and simultaneously compound your money. Because there are assets in crypto that gives you APY interest like up to 5%. 5% compared to your bank and your checking to savings account that's only giving you 0.01%. And if you're lucky, if you got enough money, you might get 0.02%. That's a fact. Go look at your bank and tell me I'm bullshitting you here. Huh? APY. Look at your APY interest rate for your bank. And telling me you couldn't be making more money if you just put your listen. By the time people catch on, and this is the only thing that's been on my mind. This is the only thing that's been on my mind is investment, because I'm stable enough in my life to invest. I don't live paycheck to paycheck because 72%. What's up, Jihad? Because 72% of Americans, 60 to 70% of Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck, and that's in Forbes and Insider. All right, you can look that up. And what's paycheck to paycheck? Meaning your money, your checks are not rolling over into next week, into your next pay period. You don't have enough to invest your money. You barely have enough to save. They said the median net worth for millennials is $8,000. $8,000, nigga, that's it. Your net worth is, if you were to sell all of your assets and everything you have, what would you be potentially worth right now? If you were to sell everything right now. They said the average was $8,000. Home ownership is, bro. Fucking bird myself. This is the only thing that's been on my mind. It's investing. Investing. Preserving my wealth. My future wealth. What's up, bro? I'm chilling, bro. I'm talking about financial literacy right now. Because it's the only thing that's been on my mind right now, bro. The only thing. And I was just talking about not living paycheck to paycheck. And the only way you can do that is living. Listen, yo. Self-made millionaires follow this advice. And I'm going to follow this advice. Because this is how you build wealth. Unless you're an athlete or entertainer, or you was lucky enough to get some type of fund from your, you was inherited wealth. This is the path you have to take to get there. This is the path you have to take. Unless you create a business of some sort, like there are other routes, but they all take this investment portfolio route. Some type of commodity, some type of business, some type of stocks, ETFs, mutual fund, CDs, real estate. But the thing is, they've made it so easy for us because they give it to us in apps now, on our phone. You can be an investor. A non-accredited investor means you make less than $500,000, or is it $2,500,000? To be an accredited investor, you got to make more than, I think, $2,500,000. $250,000. You got to make more than $250,000 a year consistently to be considered a accredited investor. A non-accredited investor is you make less than that, but you still invest. So technically, we're all non-accredited investors unless you got $250K in the bank every year consistently, which I doubt. The majority of people do. So we're all considered non-accredited investors, and they got apps where you can diversify your portfolio. They got apps where you can invest in real estate and not own the property, called Fundrise. They got apps where you can invest in stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, Acorns, Stash, Robinhood, Webull. And yes, I do all this shit. They got websites where you could get gold and silver sent to your house. They got apps where you can purchase crypto, the digital gold of our modern time that people have not you got apps now. YouTube is considered a business. Creating content online is considered a business, yes, because you have to fill out IRS forms and pay your taxes. That's considered a business. Podcast, Patreon. You can create a business on Instagram. Okay? All from your fucking phone. It's so easy. They're making it so easy for us. And it helps our economy. It does. If everyone's investing and everybody got money to spend, that means we're spending more money. And it helps the economy. It does. It does. That's a fact. It does. Things are a lot more stable. Oh. All right, I'm done with that. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't, man. Like, if you just look up Google inflation and then you go to news, the category news that be at the top, you'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. Yo, these banks, the same motherfuckers bashing Bitcoin, they're buying it. These banks and institutions are buying Bitcoin by the millions. Because they wanna centralize it. They want to regulate it. Why? Is a digital gold asset more valuable than a tangible physical gold asset? Because you can send it anywhere in the world, which makes it's extremely accessible to everyone, and it cannot be controlled by one single entity or institution. Like the feds print our money. It is decentralized digital currency considered digital gold by the IRS that they cannot regulate. They're going to try their hardest. People got to pay taxes for crypto now, which is cool. I would advise you to if you're making money, because right now we're still in their system. But when people start to lose faith in the dollar, they're going to create a new crypto dollar. I guarantee you, and it's going to be digital. It is going to be backed by Bitcoin. Watch. Listen, I'm telling you. If you check your APY interest rate for your banks, it's 0.001 or 0.002. And if you're lucky enough, you might get 0.5%. Half. If you're lucky. Because there are banks out there that give you 0.5% of APY, which means your money is compounding interest on its own. Your money is literally making you more money on its own. That's what APY means. Average percentage yield. Versus APR, which is a loan. I stay away from APR because you got to pay that shit back. APY, you make money. APR, you lose money. That's how I remember it. It's simple. And crypto is a decentralized digital asset that cannot be controlled by one entity like the feds. It's so accessible that you can send anywhere across the world like that. Not right now, because the blockchain is a bit slow. I researched a lot of this, so they got to create a new asset that allows you to send it instantaneously, like you would exchange money. So Bitcoin won't be the leading asset everyone's using. It's going to be a different one that's backed by Bitcoin. That's how it's going to work. Like they would back the dollar by gold. It's the same thing. It's just all digital. I guarantee you it's all digital. And the banks and institutions are buying this shit on purpose. So listen, Y'all already know what time it is. Next is the chakras. Your 7 chakras. We have a masculine. Everybody has a masculine and feminine essence. But one is more dominant than the other. Sorry. I'm wrong. This is a physical manifestation of a masculine form versus a woman, which is a physical manifestation of a feminine form. But we all have masculine and feminine essence. And it's our job to align ourselves with both so that we can operate correctly as human beings in this world. All right? And some of us may be we've gone through so much pain in our life and so much trauma, we may be stuck in one essence. One may dominate the other. Some of us, it may be we may be a man and we may have more of a feminine essence due to our environment, and vice versa. For a woman, a woman may be her dominant essence may be more active due to her environment and her circumstances in her life. But it's our job to realign ourselves. And how do we realign ourselves? By going through this process I'm speaking of now. I like to call it the process of repenting to God and the Most High, because God created you in this image and you are energy. God was a energy source, formless being. All right, you and your source. And sometimes we get so stuck in our physical mentality, we get stuck in our physicality and mentality. In this physical form, we forget that we have a source, energy within ourselves. Some may call it a soul, a divine entity within ourselves that we can hear within. We have internal monologues. And they display this in cartoons. The demonic demeanor and the angelic demeanor. The demonic demeanor is there for survival, to help you survive. The angelic demeanor is there to tell you the things you should be doing. You know what's right from wrong? But we have been engulfed in so much pain and trauma in our life. That's all we hear. And that's all we give back. Because hurt people want to hurt other people the way they've been hurt. And that may make you feel good now, but your soul is suffering, because at the end of the day, what's going to be weighed is your heart. And if your heart is heavy and malicious, and full of pain and jealousy and envy and guilt and shame, your heart is going to be heavy. And the Egyptians displayed this by saying, on Judgment Day, when your heart was weighed, it was symbolic for your righteous heart. If it was heavier than a feather, which was symbolic for your malicious ways, your soul would be devoured. But if your heart was lighter than a feather, you would pass upon the gates to paradise. And because you are energy, and energy can neither be created nor destroyed, like the conservation of energy states. All right? And quantum physics proves that the base form of everything is vibration, and you radiate a frequency because you are energy. Depending on how you've been living your entire life is where you would take upon next. So if you've been living a very malicious life, you belittle and downgrade other individuals, make yourself feel better about yourself. You know, you devalue people, you make yourself feel better, like all that stuff, and you manipulate, because you can manipulate people in a positive way. Like that's what a psychologist is. You feel me? They're walking with you in your shadow and trying to manipulate the way you see yourself so that you can see yourself in your truest form. You feel me? So that's a positive way of manipulation. But a negative way is using it so you're influencing someone's thoughts. You're influencing someone's thoughts and actions without their consent. That is And if you've been doing that your entire life, you devalue, you belittle. You feel me? Your heart is extremely heavy, and your heart is not righteous. And when your heart is weighed, because that's all that matters, is the way you've lived and the way you've treated others. You won't take a part in a very good form. Now, I like to call this path the path of repentance, because they're the oppositional energies in our body. And we have 7 vortexes in our body.